today we're putting that car back together, putting the interior back together. So, and I didn't strip the interior, so this could be exciting because I don't know how it goes back together. No. I just watched that back. That intro was absolutely shit. I should be excited. I should be excited, and that should have been a little bit more energetic. So, welcome back to the channel. Today, that is going to be a complete car. We're going to put the interior back to where it should be. So I did my intro, and I watched that back. You know, my more enthusiastic intro, and realised I had a smudge in my lens. So I'm very sorry. I've tried to clean it off. Hopefully it's gone. I'm looking at myself there now. Yeah, no, it seemed to have gone. Anyway, in the meantime, the car is out. I've had to hold them open with the axle stands because my driveway slopes and old car problems, you know. Skyline does the same thing. Anyway, boots open. I'm now going to go and get all the bits and bobs out of the back of the car and lay them on the floor. We're going to go from there and try and piece this puzzle back together because this is the current state of the car, yeah? That piece there goes underneath the steering wheel. I had to pull that out yesterday. The reason I had to pull that out yesterday, I'll tell you a funny story actually. That there. Now it's no surprise that I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to motoring and cars. I'm trying to go through everything with this car to try and get it back on the road and make sure that everything's running before we put it back together. I decided to go onto the Gto page on Facebook and put myself out there and say, hey, I've got a problem here, I've got no dash lights, because that's the only thing that I can find that doesn't work on the car. Anyway, a very helpful gentleman came across and he said, have you checked the dimmer switch? I thought, dimmer switch. So I came to the car, found that piece of trim, connected it up, and hey presto, dimmer switch, the lights work. So I felt a bit of an idiot and I went back on. I said, thank you very much for your help. Yeah, dimmer switch. Fucking hell. Okay, let's commence. Oh, another thing that I found, rattling around in the boot. I always thought that the bit that holds the ECU in that was in the other car, I had to get a replacement. I found it in the boot. So, we're going to get this car into one piece today. Thought I'd give you an update. I'm sweating. Anyway, we've made progress. We have made progress. I know it doesn't look like I've done much, but I have. Got this kind of lined up. I couldn't find that piece for about half an hour. Turns out it was in the middle of this console. Right, so this is the missing plate. I've managed to get it bolted in, find out how it goes in. So that's all tight. Still a bit of a mystery of how this is supposed to bolt in. I think I've got it right. So far everything is nice and tight. Both sides, everything's bolted up. Apart from the odd stuff that's not car orientated, the purple stuff, well, it is car orientated, skylight orientated, the knife and the pen. When the dodgy mechanic handed the car back, this has been the footwell. So I've been using all these old bolts to try and make sense of what hell is going on here. So what I'm going to do next, now that I've got that all connected up, I'm now going to try and get the driver's side under dash put back on. It's been a bit of a job. The other thing that I've noticed is, oh, geez. Again, it's a mess, I know, but this is bent. So this part of the center console is actually bent inwards, and I can't get it to straighten up. So it's a two-man job to try and get that in. I had to get Annabelle to come in and put the screw in and try and get it up and lift, because the whole console had to lift. What an absolute ball ache. So now I'm going to try and neaten this up, and I'm going to put the under tray back on. It's taking me a while. It is taking me a while, but check this out. Okay, excuse the hoovering, right? We're going to give it a hoover, but we have one complete Gto on this side. All that's left to do now is glove box, and then that bit of carpet, run this cable. I managed to, that was on the other side of the center console. That's the original mounting point. That's all tight. Ignore that yellow box. It's for needles, and it's there to support the airbox. We bought the car like that. I'm not a drug addict, okay? Yeah, that's the ECU cable, so that's got to be fed into the glove box. But apart from that, she's not far from being a complete car again. Once I've got everything in, we're gonna I'll start her up, make sure still that I haven't disturbed anything. I have disturbed a couple of wires, and that's to do with the head unit. Annabelle said she's not too bothered about that. Excuse me, I've just downed a cup of coffee. As I was trying to say, I did disturb a couple of wires, and that was for the head unit. Annabelle says that she's not too bothered about that, so we're going to leave it. Head unit's not going to be working at the moment because two of the main wires came off. It's not part of the actual car's wiring, it's to do with the actual head unit, and the head unit's a piece of crap anyway. So, not that you can hear the music in this car with the noisy exhaust. And not that you would want to blast your music when you're in a performance car like this. So, we're getting there. We are getting there. Good to see it being a complete car. It's been a while. It has been a while. The wind's starting to pick up. Me box of bolts are coming in handy. Thanks, dodgy mechanic. I have to breathe. I have to breathe. Woosa. Reason for that, for an interior that I didn't pull apart. Well, I lie. I pulled that off when the car first went off the road, because I changed the standard ECU. For the rest of the interior that I didn't really pull apart, I'm talking about that damn glove box. That glove box is having my bloody life, and I'm a tad frustrated. I'm a tad pissed off because I can't get that thing. I've got it in, but opening and closing, it's just bodged, man. It's just terrible. It's horrible. Anybody that opens that glove box is going to look, hey, Craig, what have you done with that? Because that's just shit. And I don't know where anything bolts. One side, there's nothing to bolt to the side of the bloody the dash, because it's, I don't know, it's broken, missing, it's annoying me. It's annoying me. So I'm having a breathe. I'm going to go for a piss. I'm going to go for a wee. Maybe have a cup of coffee, chill out, because that is all that is leaving me from getting that car complete. Glove box and then that bit of carpet. That's all that's left. Bastard car.
12 seconds later.
She's complete. Full interior. Full interior. Okay. Let's get this junk out of the way. I'm gonna reach up over there. Right. The alignment issues that I've got, because a lot of the holes behind the dashboard are missing to mount this properly. I mean, it's jaggedy hit, but it's always been a poor fit. So it's maybe something to look at in the future, but she's back to being a full, complete GTO. And while I'm at it, make some space on the workbench. I am going to replace the timing belt cover. must admit it's a bit of an emotional feeling at the moment because she's almost ready to be put back on the road. And what I mean by that, MOT. She sounds so good. I think that was a job successful. It's nice to have her complete and it was one piece. And yeah, even though that glove box did kind of piss me off. Never mind. I'm gonna clean up my crap. Probably should have done it before I put it home. Put it back. So thank you very much for joining me. We have a complete car. She's almost ready for MOT. The dreaded MOT time. Thank you very much for joining. Until next time.